You were live.
Yes. Oh man.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, this is not for those bands that make a dance 3-6. Nah, this is
Word.
the underground shit right here.
Down.
So a lot of people are tripping because the baby lost all of his nominations in the hip hop awards.
I saw that. Does he deserve 12 nominations? It
Man,
happened to Mariah. Remember the year that she got nominated for Daydream and she lost all of them?
mm-hmm.
I remember watching that one. That shit was crazy. She got like 13 nominations and lost all of them.
That's crazy.
Crazy. You know, you know.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, where's everybody at?
they late. They late. They know how black people are. You late. They're gonna be in here like by the time we on track 5 and shit. Oh,
Right.
this Q. I spoke too soon. Q, what up, Q? I mean, does he deserve it though? I didn't. I mean, I don't listen to the dude, but I mean, 12 nominations. You would think he would at least get at least 2 or 3. I mean, I don't know what he came out with this year.
I mean, I'm not like the biggest the baby fan, but still, at least he get at least a couple of awards because he did make an impact last year.
Right?
Hold on, my camera's fucking up. Hold on.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Chilling, yo, what's up? What you listening to, Q?
All right, let's try this again. All right, so far it's better.
Let me ask you something. Cool. There was a post made by an R&B page on Instagram about both Mary and Mariah being on Bust a New album, and I said something about well, I don't know how to know. I forgot what I said, but there's a debate going on if Mary. Oh, I said I would like to see Mary against Mariah in the verses, and all these people now were pissed off because they feel like it's an insult to Mary to go against Mariah. But not many people can go against Mariah. Though. I'm trying to think of somebody. See, Whitney's not here, so if Whitney was alive, I would say Whitney. But not too many people I feel like can go against Mariah. I feel like Mary is a great competitor. She got the ballads, she got the pop hits, she got the R&B and the hip hop and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody was saying they thought I'm like they mentioned Lauren. I'm like Lauren Hill got one album. She can't. She would lose in round one to Mariah. So that's
Who?
already a no go.
They said who?
Lauren Hill.
What?
Well, with one album? Well, Lauren Hill ain't beating Mariah with one album.
Okay,
You
so
know, you
and
know
it,
what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, I mean, other than Mary, who was a great competitor? I don't think Beyonce could take on Mariah. I think Mariah would still wipe the floor with her.
yeah. Well, you gotta count the Destiny's Child and the solo stuff. I think it's
Okay,
yeah,
but
Destiny's
I mean,
Child solo stuff.
when when they drop when they're saying, oh well, Mariah got 19 number ones and all. I don't remember too many great ballads that Beyonce did. Like she had ballads, but how many of those ballads were great?
If I was a boy, um, Sandcastles,
So
Be
you
My
think she can
Stepping
she can
Out.
take Mariah on?
I mean, yeah, she does have a very versatile discography. That's one thing about Beyonce and shit that people
Right.
don't give her credit. Like she got variety in her shit too. Like listen to the fucking Four album, then listen to the
Right.
self-titled album and shit. You know,
I'm trying to think of who can battle Mariah. To me, I feel like Mary would be a perfect battle against Mariah. And people don't feel like that. I don't know why people are discrediting Mary all of a sudden.
well, Loki, that's not gonna happen because Mary J. Blige said she was
Right.
winning versus
Right. I
Eminem.
know. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I think why not Mary? Mary could take Mariah. Mary before Mariah was doing remixes, Mary was doing that shit.
That is true.
Did people like just get amnesia because of COVID? Like y'all forget like all the remixes she done from her first album alone, way before '95 when Mariah came out with the Fantasy remix.
And we're not even gonna talk about the My Life
Right.
remixes too. We're
Exactly.
not even gonna talk about that.
Exactly. I'm like, are y'all like crazy or what? What's going on? You know. Yeah, the Kendrick song. Did you hear the Kendrick song? I heard the Kendrick song with Buster, but that beat is old though.
Not yet.
The beat is from. I want to say the beat is from. It's either Ninth Wonder or Crisis that did that beat. I remember hearing that beat on I think it was the Jericho Jackson album. I want to say. I remember hearing that beat before, but I don't know if the track is official or if it's somebody just put the vocals on over that beat. 'Cause I heard that beat before.
Part of me thinks that's not even gonna be the real track
Yeah,
listing.
I don't. It can be. Why would Buster use a beat from years ago for a Kendrick collab?
Cause y'all remember all them times Eminem had a track list and then he changed it last minute and
Right,
shit. I
right.
don't think that's gonna be.
He had like the different album titles and changed it. I mean, it was one was King Mathers, then he changed it.
Yep.
What
But at
else?
the same time, but if it is the official track listing, then I'll be honest, I'll be surprised.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I hope it's good.
Yeah,
I hear more about it being good than the track list, and I hope it's good.
right. Yeah, I already let Ash know. She said she's ready too because she hopes it's good too.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on about 5 more minutes and shit.
Crazy. He's bumping some horror hip hop.
Oh shit.
Ronnie, what up? Yeah, I was watching this podcast called Crate 808, I think it's called,
Yeah.
and they were doing um they were doing a breakdown of the three classic Tupac albums from
Okay.
Me Against the World to Machiavelli. I'm like, Reg got to see this because we've been talking about this for a minute.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And breaking down like Pac. He didn't even last a year on death row, and he did all this movies and music in less than a year, and left us three classic albums. You know,
Hmm.
well, two classics. I mean, Me Against the World is a classic too, but he left us the double album in Machiavelli. You know?
Speaking of Tupac, have you heard of the story about how Tupac had to redo "Me Against the World" because Dre and Snoop stole most of the lingo for that albums and shit?
No, I didn't hear much.
Yeah, because
I know, like on the podcast they were talking about like how he was already incarcerated when it came out, so all of the album pictures and stuff was already those were like old photos or whatever,
yeah,
and it just you know what I'm saying, and he similar to Ti. Like I had mentioned this before, like Ti made his best music when he was incarcerated. You look at Urban Legend and trap music and King, all of those albums he was locked away. Paper Trail was like he was just I think he was yeah that was when he got caught with the was it the guns at the BT Awards?
yeah.
Yes, all of those albums were great, and he was incarcerated during those albums. You know what I'm saying? That to me is the best Ti that I like. Unfortunately.
Niggas sleep on Ti versus TRP.
Yes, that's a great album too. I don't was he incarcerated for that one? I'm not sure if he was.
He was getting ready.
Right,
Like he wasn't incarcerated, but it was around that
right.
time though.
And it was like an inside joke. It was like, why is this dude always incarcerated when his that shit comes out? You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with Me Against the World. Like Pac was incarcerated for the rape case, and they had to the label had to promote it on their own. So
Right.
I didn't hear about that story about Dre and Snoop stealing stuff from the album.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true. I read it in a forum and shit.
It's crazy. Thanks, Sam. That we had fun last night. I definitely enjoyed the Gravediggers review.
Yeah, man, that was a dope review.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Kendrick is with Universal Music now, right?
Yeah, his
So he
publishing.
left TDE for good.
I thought it was just his publishing. That's what I thought.
Oh, well, I know he's having issues with TDE. I thought it was like he left them for good or whatever.
Mm.
Christian, what up? Ghost is doing Supreme Clientele too. He said that years ago though. That he's supposed to. He said that years ago. I didn't know if he was still doing it.
Yeah, I read about that shit.
Vanity Six. That was a classic album. Yeah, on One and Only. That's so expensive. What is it now? Like $700 or something?
I'll be damned.
Crazy. That's like an expensive album. It runs in the hundreds.
Well, I got that shit for like $5.
$5. The Vanity Six album.
Yeah, the
I heard it
vinyl.
was
Yeah,
like $600 online or some shit.
that's crazy.
Afro Man. I remember Afro Man.
I'm kind of tired of that song. To keep it above.
That's the only song I remember from him.
Yeah, Q. I don't know the true all the details about that, but I'll talk about it one day.
Crazy. Why would Snoop and Dre need to borrow stuff from Pac though?
Cause a lot
Like,
Loki, what a lot of people don't even know, all of that for shizzle shit that Snoopy saying,
right,
he mostly got that shit from the Bay Area. Niggas don't even talk about that shit.
right.
And Pac was cool with a lot of niggas from the Bay, like 40 and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, there's a recent interview Vlad did with Richie Rich
Mm-hmm.
where he was talking about Pac and Biggie and stuff too. I didn't watch the whole thing, but still.
Yo, is it possible that maybe Tupac faked his death to not go back to prison? Because supposedly I heard he was out on bail when he signed the death row. So that case was still coming up.
Shit. I
So
don't
is it possible that maybe he faked his own death to not go back to prison?
shit.
Because I
I
didn't know
don't
that. I thought everything was already like handled after when he went to death row. I didn't know he was out on bail. Maybe just maybe he might have faked the death to not go back to prison. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's possible. Prison is not a place you want to be at in the first place. So who knows? Maybe he faked his death to not go back to prison. I mean, if he was out on bail, you know what I'm saying, and if he thought he was gonna lose that case, then hell yeah, shit, I would fake my death. You know, it's either that or be you know, what Nori said, niggas on the run eating.
yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
But I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Yeah.
What's up, you two? How you doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Trial with me.
What up?
And this is a viewer's choice from the 3-6 Mafia poll I did. And we are going to talk about their debut album, Mystic Styles. This was released in 1995 on Prophet Records. Um, I want to say the singles that came out, I want to say was Tear the Club Up. I know they had a video for that. Um, the Live by Your Rep song, which was the Bone and Thugs and Harmony diss track, which we'll talk about that. I want to say those were the real singles and stuff, you know. And this was produced by DJ Paul and Juicy J. All right, so it's kind of crazy how up to this point we're finally talking about 3 6 Mafia. In my opinion, man, these guys are, in my opinion, one of, if not one of the most innovative hip hop groups of all time, man. They really lay the blueprint for a lot of Southern hip hop, like Outkast, Ghetto Boys. They all made an impact, but I feel like 3 6 Mafia did a lot more for the South, like influencing horrorcore and the crunk music, the whole tongue twisting style and whatnot, like the everything like you can think about Southern hip hop music, you have to trace it back to 3 6 Mafia. Hell, even this whole Migos shit, trace it back to them, which I'm gonna talk about that in a fucking minute. And I know a lot of people, y'all know like DJ Paul and Juicy J, but 3 6 Mafia also had members like Lord Infamous, rest in peace to Lord Infamous, Crunchy Black, fucking Gangsta Boo, Koopsa Nika, MC Mac, Lil Fly, aka Player Fly, La Chat, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, and Lil Jin. And 3 6 Mafia are a hip hop group based on Memphis, Tennessee. You know, DJ Paul and his older brother, Lord Infamous, you know, they were very musically inclined, like playing piano, practicing bass and shit. And then you had Juicy J, who was trying to learn how to DJ. Originally, what I never knew, he originally wanted to be a singer, Juicy J.
Really?
But at the same time, he loved like the gangster rap, like NWA and the Ghetto Boys. And in 1989, Paul and Lord Infamous formed a duo, the Serial Killers, and they had their own mixtapes and whatnot. And pretty much, Juicy J was doing the same too, was his mixes, and they all of them got linked together in the early '90s. And Memphis in the hip hop at that time was not very well known as compared to like other cities like Houston and even Atlanta too
Right.
was beginning to blow up. Rest Development was about to do their thing, and this was like before Outkast or whatnot. And so that's when they all got together. And fast forward to like 1992, they really was put out their first. I want to say the first song called "Portrait of a Serial Killer." They put that shit out. And then next thing they really that same year, Juice J, he put out the original version of the song "Slob on My Knob." All my niggas should know about that shit. And the mixtape kept coming. You had a DJ Paul Volume 12 mixtape, which had like a lot of the original songs from this album on here too. And so, also around 1994, they had some personnel changes. Like you had Coops the Nika joining the group, and they also dropped like their original first mixtape as the 3 6 Mafia called Smoked Out, Looked Out, where it had also other members of the 3 6 Mafia like Lil Fly and Gangsta Black and so on and so on. And that same year, they linked up with Nick Scarfo, and they formed their own label and imprint called Profit Records and shit. And this is also around the same time too, where Project Pat, Juicy J's brother, dropped a fucking solo tape. So when they were working on this album right here, they were more just basically, moving a lot, and they were like DJ Paul said, like they recorded in the middle of the fucking projects and whatnot. So that's where it definitely had that really dirty, dirty, dirty sound. Um, Pretty much, this album, in my opinion, and this might be very controversial, but this is the first trap album, in my opinion. Like this album, like I said, they laid the blueprint for everybody. Like before Jeezy, Ti, all of them had to bow down to like fucking 3 6 Mafia. just even like the slow down vocals that they were doing, like niggas were doing that shit with the toe chopped and screwed shit.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. So the cover of the album, very very dope cover. This has crucifix, has them all gulled up. Also, I read an interview with Gangsta Boo, and she said she was kind of mad that she wasn't on the cover and stuff like that because she thought the group was really like a collective.
I was just about to ask you that. Like, but where was she on the cover?
She wasn't on this cover and stuff. Mm. So
So I mean, I can make out. Is that I'm assuming that's about to say Prince Paul. What's his name?
DJ
Uh,
DJ Paul.
DJ Paul. I'm
Hmm.
assuming that's him on the crucifix and in the brown hoodie and Juicy J's next to him. So who's the other members around him?
I know Lord Infamous. That's Lord Infamous. Crunchy Black. I think Crunchy Black is the nigga with the blue hoodie. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, sometimes I have to relook at it too because the way they did this shit, they were just so like blurry. But
There's somebody in a red hoodie. Is that Crunchy Black on the bottom?
see that I don't want to give you the wrong information.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, that's always some trippy shit about the album cover because I'm a fan of 3 6 Mafia, but I'm not like I know my shit, but I don't know a lot of shit about them. So
I came in on them late, so
yeah, I came in on the most known unknown.
yeah.
So which
Mine, mine was after. I came in on them like when sipping on scissor and riding spinners came out. That's when I started really getting into them, especially up here in New York. That's when we started bumping them, you know.
yeah, man.
And then the hustling flow song, they got an Oscar for that. I remember watching the Oscars for that, just to see them win and watching that performance on stage with them. And, you know what I'm saying? Like that was when I got into them. You know what I'm saying? And then I went back and heard some of the other stuff, and I actually got When the Smoke Clears. This is the only piece of Mafia album I got so far. When the Smoke Clears,
Oh,
great
that's
album.
classic.
I remember seeing the videos for Who Run It, and you know what I'm saying, and hearing like the stuff they did for Project Pat, Chicken Head and all that, and the stuff they did for the chat and all that. So I used to always like see their videos on Rap Sleep. I never really got into their music until like way later on in the early 2000s.
Yeah, man. I have Gangsta Boost and Crying Your Mind's album on vinyl and shit
Mm,
too, which
okay,
I was just thinking to myself, I want to talk about that album
yeah,
probably next month.
true,
Just been on a 3 6 Mafia vibe lately and shit, Halloween and whatnot.
right.
So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything about this album and shit like that. Yeah, man. So yeah, this album has that traditional horrorcore. Oh, I forgot to say. Around this time too, like we mentioned, they were also beefing with Bone Thugs and Harmony and stuff. And I'm just gonna say this right now because the beef started when they thought that they stole their style because around '94, y'all should know Bone Thugs came out with the Creeping on a Come Up EP, which is another EP I should definitely get my hands on, in my opinion.
Right.
And they also had the Source issue. They did a Source issue, I want to say like '95.
I had that one. That's
Yeah,
with all of them in the desert.
yep,
I had that one. Yep.
yeah, and that's one Source issue I definitely need to get my hands on. And they pretty much said how Southern rappers were trash and whatnot. And so also Tommy Wright the third also went in on them. Y'all should know the host. I'm gonna talk about that one day, but yeah. So other than that, this album has about 16 tracks. So are we going to talk about the OG version of this album? So because I know they reissued this album and then they took some tracks out, put some tracks in.
Right.
So track number one, we got The Beginning. Very, very, very dope start. Nice way to start off the song. Definitely, like I mentioned yesterday when we talked about the Gravediggers album, how the horror movies have to have that intro, that creepy narration, shit like that. So I definitely fuck with this song on the heavy.
Yeah, it was a great way to start the album. It's a real haunting track. We have like evil laughs on the beat, and they just basically like letting people know about Memphis and where they come from, and who the group is about. And I liked it. I thought it was a great way to set the tone for this album and what to expect.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree with you on that. And then track number two, we got motherfucking Break the Law. Oh man, Break the Law 95. So originally this was a Play a Fly song originally. And yeah, like I said, they redid some of the tracks. Very, very, very dope track. Low key, I always love the way DJ Paul and Juicy J make their fucking beats and how they place their samples and stuff like that. And the other another group I always say like with Compton's Most Wanted, most specifically MC8 does that shit well too. And I always love the line where what's his motherfucker's name? Where's he at? DJ Paul. He says 40 karat gold smile and a bone around my throat. Glock 19 is tucked nicely down my fruit of the looms. For them niggas that trick it in, I'm sticking up them tracks, they boom, shaking like a motherfucker when I lock you down tight. Like fucking ill ass shit right there.
Yeah, definitely a dope track, real eerie track, nice beat, like the chorus, and DJ Paul saying, "Oh, overnight we be rich when we test the trick. See, catch him slipping, he so soft, through a man quick." So when he's like he's spelling out something. I didn't write the whole thing he was spelling out, but he was spelling out like a word, and then he kept like he was for every letter he was had a line for every letter. So I thought that was dope, and just a real dope track.
Right. I definitely agree with you on that. Next track we got is the summer. Another dark, dope ass track right here. When it comes to this track, the summer, I always love the usage of that Rick James sample. I want to say that's the Hollywood sample. Um, Definitely created a very dark atmosphere, and the way like fucking infamous just in the intro and whatnot. Definitely fuck with that shit. One of my all time favorite tracks off this album.
Yeah, definitely a nice slow beat, real melodic melody to it. DJ Paul again saying straight from a 4 track to a simple cassette. They pressed him up. Now it's time to hit the station collect. To me, I feel like the other dudes on the track sounded like Bone. I don't know how everybody else feel about that, but I did hear it. It sounded like Bone Thugs was featured on this song with DJ Paul.
Mm.
Was that you said that was Lord Infamous on the song too?
Yeah, Lord Infamous.
It was just him and DJ Paul.
Um,
I thought it was like some other another cat on there as well.
yeah, Juicy J too. He
Oh,
does the last
DJ.
verse.
But they sounded like Bone Thugs for some reason. Like DJ Paul. I know DJ Paul's voice and I know Juicy J's voice, but Lord Infamous to me sounded like one of the Bone Thug members.
Shoot. I see what you're saying about that. And that was actually like one of the first songs that actually got them radio airplay too. So
Right.
big looks to that. Now, live by your rep, bonus. Oh my god, one of the best, not just one of the best Bone Thugs diss tracks, but one of the best diss tracks in history. Like all these members went in, of course, and whatnot. I mean, definitely went in. To me, I want to say Lord Infamous, Juicy J, Gangsta Boo, they all went in. And but I have to say, Lord Infamous last verse was what really set shit off and stuff like that because pretty much he said, and I quote, "See, we can't tolerate no nigga that is lazy. Broke out the blender and I made some crazy gravy. It's easy when it was time to get busy. Don't break, you can wish, but you can't escape because we crave dead flesh. 666 bitch, easily you can be next." Like using all the members of Bone Thugs, even Easy E,
Right.
who had just I think who was dying of AIDS around that time and shit like that. I mean, That's cold blooded, right? Man, this track and Tommy Wright's Thuggish Ruggish Busters are the best Bone Thugs diss tracks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it was a real. You have like some real eerie pianos on the track, a really dark track. I like the beat. Juicy J saying nothing but destruction, man. I thought you knew. That's what I would do. Gangsta Boo, what would you do? I thought it was cool. Like I've always been a Bone Thugs fan, so I'm not, like I know I don't really know the whole history with this is Mafia and Bone, but I thought it was a dope track.
Shoot. Yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, but Bone, niggas be sleeping. My Bone came out them strong when Art of War came out, man.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
hell yeah. What? You ain't Bone? Oh man,
Oh my god.
they,
Ah
they should have did a video for that joint for
shit.
real.
I track number 5. We got In the Game, man. Yeah, this was a solid track right here. Player Flies on this shit right here. Definitely felt like it was a solid track.
Yeah, it's a really nice beat. The bass line, the pianos. I like Gangsta Boo's verse when she started it off. I like Juicy J's verse as well. He said, low key on his ass, waiting for the night to come, so I can kick down his door and make him give me some fire joint. One of my favorites on this album.
Dead facts, dead facts. Um, Now I'm High Part 3. Oh, that fucking beat and the way how they're like triple six, triple six, smoked out. Like, oh man. Okay. Yeah, this right here is definitely a weed track right here. Um, Gangsta Boo, Player Flies on this one and shit like that. Lord Infamous is on it too. Yeah, Gangsta Boo does not get the props she deserves,
Yeah,
man.
I agree.
It's a fucking shame. It's because she's from fucking Memphis. Let's be real. It's because she's from Memphis. Like, if she was from
Yep.
New York
Mm-hmm.
or whatnot, she would have gotten all the fucking hype and shit like
She
that.
had the looks, she had the body, she had the rhymes. If she
Right,
was up here, she would have been just as big as Foxy or Kim.
right, and shit like that. Like then fucking Trina came out, and that's another story right there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I gotta put some respect on Inquiring Minds. I gotta put some respect on that. Shit, y'all niggas just don't fucking know. Then we only get Long Night, which
I didn't even. I was gonna quote something from the
oh my
song.
fault, my fault, my
I,
fault.
I was saying for now I'm higher. The part three. This is definitely a nice track. Real eerie melody, haunting track. Nice beat, the bass line. You got the evil laughs in the background. I like Gangsta Boo's verse and the way that she flowed over the beat and she's saying, "Oh my God, I heard some voices telling me to kill. Is it them triple six niggas? Man, is that shit for real? Fire. Verse by Gangsta. But I think she was like she had the best verse on this song and on In the Game. Definitely slept on female MC.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree with you on that. She definitely has the best verse. Definitely went in on this shit too. Then we're gonna get to Long Nights. Yeah, this was another cool track. He used that Marvin Gaye sample on it. Um, yeah, definitely a very cool joint right here and shit. So nothing really too much to say.
The who was featured on this song?
I know you had Lord Infamous is on here, Coop Seneca, DJ Paul,
Okay,
and Juicy
I
J.
think the second dude that was rapping, I don't know his name. I like his verse and
Infamous.
that's Infamous. Okay, Lord Infamous. When he said counting corpses in my black fortress in the hallway, painting satanic fortress. That was dope. It's nice beat. I like the guitars and the nice bass line. Definitely a dope track.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, man. Like, this the fucking chemistry the original posse had with one another, but just something crazy and shit. Now we're gonna get into Sweet Robbery Part 2. This is my favorite track off this album. Um, it definitely sounds like it could have been made today. Whatnot, just a soundscape and the slow down vocals, and then you had Skinny Pimp talking about, but now my niggas talking about robbing. We'll jump into the Chevy, hit the dashboard, and get the mask. But now my niggas talking about robbing. The devil control me to a sweet robbery. Then all of a sudden you had them fucking drums kick in, and
Yes,
Paul comes out cruising on that fucking verse like, I'm tired of hiding my 5 cause these fools scope me nightly. I'm changing my identity, playing more roles than that nigga Spike Lee. This shit ain't fake. I gotta break and get the fuck. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, niggas be sleeping on that vintage 3-6 Mafia, man.
oh,
Like, just the chemistry Juicy and Paul had back in the day, man, was just second to none.
right.
Um, yeah, man, definitely my favorite track off this album. And what I really got about this track was how talking about how niggas definitely be on that want to be robbing shit and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Niggas talking about that robbing shit, trying to make their fucking paper and whatnot. So yeah, man. Yeah, Ronnie, one of the better tracks off China Doll. Yeah.
And you can say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, one of the better tracks.
Oh Lord. Um, yes, this definitely was a good track. I like the beat. You got like evil laughs in the background again. Juicy J saying Lord Infamous and Country Black got some gas to your back. Another sweet robbery, another motherfucking jack. Fire lines from Juicy J. I like his verse a lot on this track. Definitely a banger.
Yeah, this is definitely a fucking banker and shit like that, man. I definitely need to check out those vintage mixtapes now because I'm intrigued. Then we're gonna get into Back Against the Wall featuring Kingpin Skinny Pimp. Um, another banging ass track. Yeah, Migos definitely stole Lord Infamous flow. I hear Migos all over Lord Infamous and shit. Just the way he came out swinging and shit like that. And that's one thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this review because everyone's always talking about, oh, Migos stole from Bone Thugs, Bone Thugs. I'm like, but nah. They definitely were more influenced by that 3-6 Mafia flow. But
Right.
Nick, I mean, I can understand why they talk about Bone Thug. I can definitely understand.
But
3-6 is like Bone Thug. They were more. They had more of like a gospel tone with theirs and shit.
right.
3-6 just had that dark and basement flow. You
I
know.
don't see no comparison to Migos. I'm like, how do people even mention Migos with Bone or 3 6? I don't see the comparison. I just
Shit.
feel like but Migos do. You can't even understand what Migos is saying. They do mumble rap. Right. At least with Bone, they rap fast, but you could understand what they were saying. At least I could. I could understand what they were saying. I just, you know what I'm saying? It was just hard to like. It would be hard to mimic what they saying. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I could understand what 3 6 Mafia is saying in Bone Thugs. I don't understand nothing that Migos is saying, and people call that music. You
Shit. Offset. Woo, woo.
Yeah, like what is that? They doing ad libs as bars. That's not even. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like they'll just say one line about to go out to the store. Groceries. Like
right.
what?
Woo. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's you throwing in ad libs as a bar. That's not even like real lyricism. You know
Nah.
what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't understand where that whole thing came from. It's just stupid. And the fact that Lazy Bone had to go on TMZ to talk about that, I'm like, for what? I would just ignore them. You know, I'm like, Bone Thugs are legends. Like Migos ain't gonna be no on that level in 20 years. You know,
They going through label issues right now and shit, man.
are
Like
they?
yeah.
That means a breakup very soon. You know.
Shit. Now Quavo trying to get back with Cardi. Oh whatever.
Oh, but yeah, definitely. I love this song. Nice beat, nice hi hats, and the bass line. It's a real sinister track. You got Lord Infamous saying, "Before Lord Infamous take a fall, I'll spray all of y'all. They got my back against the wall." So some dope lines by him, and yeah, I like it. Definitely a solid track.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree with you on that, man. In all honesty. Then we're gonna get into hold up. Fucking with this click. Yeah, honestly, that's the next track. Yeah, man, another banging ass track right here. Just fucking them going in. You had fucking Juicy J. You had fucking Coops Nika and Infamous doing their thing, and Paul, like just the vintage 3 6 Mafia shit. I fuck with it.
Yeah, nice beat. Juicy J saying, "Let me make it simple and plain. Run up and get your brains blown to the curb with that plastic thing." Definitely some fire bars from Juicy. Nice haunting melody as well. I liked it.
Right. Um, and then we're gonna get into All or Nothing. Very dope. Another very dope track right here. Well, pretty much just talking about how one wants the best for themselves and shit like that. Just talking about they want to have like the finest chicks and the freshest car and whatnot. Just one of those classic joints right here. I love Juicy J when he says North Memphis bound bitch hanging on evergreen corners, holding my fucking nuts, watching the freaks walk by, saying dirty bitch, what's up? I love Juicy on that shit right here. Very, very, very dope track.
I like the beat was dope and the horns on it, the bass line and the chorus. Plenty money and dope, a lot of fine hoes, fresh car and crib. That's how I like to live. Love that chorus for the song. And yeah, that's definitely another solid track, and the production was great. And I love that. Definitely, I definitely changed the pace from the dark tracks that they were doing on that album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Then we're gonna get into "Gotta Touch 'Em" Part Two, which Part One is on the original DJ Paul joint right there. Um, yeah, this one was another okay, decent track right here. Very, very dark melodic beat right there too. Yeah, very, very dope shit.
Yeah, this was cool. Nice sinister track, a nice bass line, the horns on it, like the beat. This is a cool track.
Yes, sir. Then we're gonna get into "Tear the Club Up." Man, banging ass track, man. This is just one of 3 6 Mafia's best shit right here. Definitely has that, that Memphis club atmosphere, that fucking shit. And the video was dope too.
Yeah.
Love the video. So I fuck with this shit right here, man. That's all I can say.
Like nice haunting bouncy track, the 808s, the beat, the pianos on it. DJ Paul starting it off and he's saying infamous grab the Cali with the 100 rounds, scoops to load it up and blow them bastards down. Fire. Definitely I remember it like always seeing this video on Rap City a lot, so I definitely familiar with this song.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I remember I saw one BT show. I don't remember what it was, but that was what really caught my attention.
Man.
Track number 14, Big Business, Screwed. Um, from what I looked up about this song, this was actually like a diss track to Gangsta Black because I think that it was like over some bad business issues and shit. Which one like 3 6 Mafia, man, they always going through some business business shit, like business issues. That's why a lot of members left over bad terms and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this was a pretty straight song. I don't know too much about what went on between them, so I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this was a pretty straight song. Very, very dark shit again, but yeah.
Yeah, nice slow beat. The bass line was knocking, real sinister track. It was cool.
Yes, sir. Then we're gonna get into the title track, Mystic Styles. Um, yeah, this was a pretty long track. Everybody went in on this track right here. Was talking about that crazy shit that they be on. Yeah,
Yeah, this was a cool another eerie type melody for this track. Real haunting, really dark. I like the beat. I like the bass line with it. Nice title track.
yeah, I agree. And then the last track is Porno Movie. Love this track right here. It uses the Michael Jackson sample, the Lady in My Life sample, Definitely like a little sex track. I don't know if I would have ended this album on porno movie to keep it a buck, but hey, I guess when niggas got done for getting fucked up, you gotta beat your meat once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So hey, to each his own.
Mm.
Um, yeah, man, like definitely love the way they the way they made that MJ sample. They made that shit so dark and grimy.
Yeah.
Like it kind of reminded me when NWA sampled Barry White for One Less Bitch when they're talking about whooping a female's ass. I'm like, yeah, that's the best way for Dre to talk about whooping ass. Using Barry White. Okay. Other than that, very dope song right here.
And to think Michael Jackson let them like sample his song for this.
Yeah, MJ, he was always good on saying people letting him sample his shit. Even that's what Snoop said in the interview.
That's yeah, but I like that the way that they hook the sample up with a beat and it's like real melodic and it's like a sexy joint and even like the loop that they kept playing, the dick that's in your mouth, long and hard. Oh my god, that was that was funny. And DJ Paul the verse he says I don't really I really don't give a fuck about you, bitch. You're not my mother. I'm just a motherfucker that like to fuck without a rubber.
Damn.
Uh, yeah, I definitely thought that was definitely like a sex joint and a good way to start an album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And that's basically all of the songs of this album. Overall, this is a dare I say hip hop classic in my opinion. A southern classic. This is a very influential album when it comes to southern hip hop. I definitely feel like 3 6 Mafia, they'll definitely like formulated the sound because when it comes to their prime, I want to say it's from like 95 to 2006, maybe oh 06, oh 07. But yeah, man, this album it went on to be like a cult classic. I know they re-released this album, but they re-released it as more Mystic Styles, the first album, and it had like 3 new songs. And I don't know if it was like old vintage songs or new songs that they recorded for those albums, but because certain tracks are not on, I've noticed that certain tracks are like not on YouTube when you try to listen to the album because they have like I think sample clearance issues and whatnot. But I definitely would prefer like if you find the OG copy of this album, most likely I recommend it. Like if y'all want to see where a lot of your favorite Southern rappers like Ti and Lil Jon, wait, I said rapper. I mean, excuse me,
Artist.
artist. Yeah, Ludacris, like they want all got their sound from. Like this is the album for y'all.
Yeah.
Um, it's not expensive, but it's kind of hard to come by these days. So yeah, 'cause I know they re-released this album on vinyl a couple years ago too. So be on the lookout for that.
Wow.
When it's like a chopped and screwed, I think they released that. But I don't quote me on that.
Yeah, yeah, you could tell like this album was groundbreaking. Like it doesn't sound like nothing that was out there, and like the production from both Prince. I keep saying Prince Paul from DJ Paul and Juicy J and that whole horrorcore sound and incorporating that, combining that with like the early crunk trap song. I think it was like a nice blend. We have the Tear the Club Up Thug song and the Vital Rap and in the game. And, that those are like some banging joints, and we got the Lord Infamous on killing a lot of these tracks and Gangsta Boo. I think it was definitely a great album. You know what I'm saying? Like people that love that horrorcore sound and the dark eerie production, they definitely gonna love this album. So I think it's a great album.
Yeah, very influential and shit like that. Like this was like what 36 Chambers was for the Wu Thing, Mystic Styles was for them, in my opinion.
Right.
Shit. Um, I'm gonna stay on for about. I'm surprised StreamYard didn't cancel my shit because I know. tomorrow they're gonna reset my whole shit again. That's why it's a good day for us to do the whole reaction tomorrow. So
Like
we can stay on for a good 10, 12 minutes and shit.
Michael Jackson unreleased music is already out. What you mean? They're just changing up the OG tracks, which I don't like. But I mean, you can always find the OG tracks on YouTube. They have a lot.
Right.
You
I
know,
heard some unreleased shit from the Dangerous album not too long ago. It had some fire shit.
right. He had a track with LL Cool J, right?
Serious effect. Yep.
It didn't make the album. Like, how does LL Cool J not make the album?
Well, Loki, as an MJ and LL fan, yeah, that wasn't that. Yeah, I feel like it wasn't like album worthy and shit
I
like
got
that.
hit. What's the name of it? Serious?
Serious effect. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
It,
Wow.
it it definitely didn't feel finished in my opinion.
And this is Mama Said Knock You Out, LL.
Yes,
That's crazy. Um, who should be in the Mount Rushmore of Memphis music R&B?
that's a good question. I know. I'll throw Isaac Hayes. Who else? Who else? Who else? I do my research a little bit. Otis Redding. Oh, of course, Otis Redding. Of course.
Yeah, they want loud records. That's crazy. But loud had every different
Wilson
acts.
Pickett. Yeah,
Alcohol.
Wilson Pickett.
I, now I was saying like the for loud records they have like the Alcoholics and
Yeah.
Exhibit and 3 6 Mafia and Mobb Deep and Wu Tang. One of the best labels ever.
Yo, Loud Records, man, they definitely. I would put them up there with Def Jam. I'm sorry.
We need Steve Rifkin back. What happened to Steve Rifkin? Did he retire?
I remember BT doing a documentary about Loud Records. I forgot what they said happened to him.
Because he had an ear for talent. We definitely need a guy like him back in music. Signing real artists.
Yeah, man. I have BT Plus. If that is on BT Plus, I'll let you know. And
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
He did an interview with Vlad. I want to say last year or year before last. I saw that one.
Yeah,
Where he's
Vlad.
talking about the history of loud records.
I see Vlad is trying to make Crunchy Black the new Lord Jamar on his channel, low key. I still have to watch the finish watching the Chaka Khan interview. I was watching the Kid interview.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the Dark Child interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine Vlad without no Jamar and shit. That's crazy. And Godfrey. So I'm about to send you that Terry B album right
Yeah.
now.
Who's that chick? Terry. I never heard of her.
Okay, so I'm gonna get she's a white rapper signed to Ruthless Records, a white female rapper.
Oh wow.
She's a singer and a rapper. Um she pretty much was in a dance group. Easy E discovered her, signed her to Ruthless Records. She went on to say that Dr. Dre beat her at a Grammy Award party because she didn't collaborate with them on the album. This is what she said.
Man.
And she dissed a lot of niggas on that song. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Drake track record when it comes to women.
Yeah, Ruthless Bitch. So yeah, I've heard a few songs from the album years ago, but I was just like a white female rapper on.
So is it what is it, like gangster rap or
Yes, that hardcore,
okay?
that Ruthless out record sound, definitely.
I hope YouTube has the album. Or I gotta hear it.
Yeah, YouTube got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I might want to do that. I want to do something like very different when it comes to hip hop because that one and the Nicki D album,
Yes.
I definitely want to do that one too.
Daddy's little girl.
And mind you, both rappers, their second albums, they both got shelved too.
Yeah.
Because I know
I,
with like, you said what?
now I was saying yeah, cause I never even heard the second Nicki D album.
Yeah, because the story with that was bitch ass Leo Cohen pretty much didn't give him money for like a lot of promotion. Which, if you guys look at Leo Cohen's track record,
Mhm.
he fucked up a lot of motherfuckers. Like
Mhm.
Foxy Brown,
Oh
who
Lord,
came out with an album after the fucking Brooklyn, her third album, Brooklyn's
broken
Gone
silent.
Deep. Broken Silence, the
Yeah.
Brooklyn's Gone Diva. He shelved
Hmm.
that one. Um, who else? He fucked around with DMX and shit like that. Like Leo Cohen, man, he's a fucking piece of shit, man. I'm sorry.
Machine Gun Kelly. I listened to one Machine Gun Kelly mixtape, like where I think it was called Laced Up or something. Way back when he was on the Bad Boy. That's like in the 2010s. I haven't listened to him since then. And he's
Yeah,
acting now. He's doing a lot of acting.
yeah, Laced Up. I like Laced Up. That's the only shit I like from him
Yeah,
too.
that basically. I didn't like nothing else. And I'm like, and even at that time, I was like, why is Machine Gun Kelly signing with Bad Boy? Don't you know Puffy don't pay his artists?
Shit.
You know, you think they would have told him like gave him better advice? Like that's the one label you don't want to sign with.
See, but I think this is my thing. Like, is Puffy a bad businessman? Yeah, for the most part. But at the same time, but Puffy gives them that fucking boost when it comes to
Right.
business, and then he just fucks around with you after.
Hmm. Yeah. See, he knows how to promote shit, but he's a bad businessman.
Right. Bumpy Knuckles Industry Shakedown. I actually re-listened to the album recently.
Okay.
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean,
Definitely underrated. MC.
yeah. I
I like
definitely.
the Connections album with Premier.
Ooh, yeah. That
That
was
was dope album.
yeah. I might do a video about my Patreon and shit now, cause trying to update some stuff on my Patreon. By the way, I'm about to do a good ass review on this one.
I never heard that one. That's early
Oh,
Mystical. I
it's
wasn't big on Mystical. I came in late on Mystical. Like I got Tarantula and that's it. I didn't, I haven't heard the other Mystical albums. I know his hits though.
man. Forget all that commercial tarantula.
Uh,
You gotta check out the early Mystical. I'm talking about Mind of Mystical, Ghetto
right.
Fabulous, Unpredictable. What else? What else I got? Yeah, man, like the early Mystical albums, those are his best. Like the
Hmm.
new ones are cool.
Right.
Like I'm tired of that shake your ass. I'm tired of people knowing him for shake your ass.
Hmm.
This is the James Brown of hip hop. I cannot put Mystical with anybody else. He is in a class by him fucking self.
Right.
Like, listen, y'all ain't ready. Like, y'all just don't know Mystical, man. Mystical, y'all just know him for that shake your ass, make
Yeah.
him like, nah, this nigga was one of the most creative MCs from the motherfucking South.
Right.
And I feel sorry for people who just know him for shake your ass, but I'm just keep my mouth shut on that.
That was, I mean, a lot of people like that's when he went into mainstream. A lot of people recognize him with that song.
And that's cool and shit. But to me, my first intro to him was when he came out with Beware. When
Right.
he was going after UNV and shit like that.
Right. And you know what? You know what's even more fucked up about it? The I believe the Shake Your Ass video was when Superhead was in that one, and then she blew up with her book and all that.
Yep.
You know?
Shit, piece of shit. she exposed everybody. Like,
Yeah.
didn't she call Cameron gay in that book?
Who?
Cameron. She called somebody.
Emma? Oh
Yeah.
wow. She messed with a lot of people she mentioned in that book.
Jay Z, Bobby Brown.
Brown. Yeah.
Low key, if I see that book cheap, I might get it just for the fuck of it.
Jadakiss, Jay-Z. She called everybody that messed with her, she called out in that book.
Shit. That reminds me of that one rock groupie. I think her name was Pamela something. She came out with one book where she talked about sleeping with everybody. What's up,
Yeah.
crew?
I think that VH1 did a documentary on that, right? It was about the the rock and roll groupies or some shit they call it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I miss when VH1 used to do this music shit because
Right, music shit, exactly.
it
Yeah,
put me on a lot of fucking artists. Now they do now it's just loving hip hop, Tyler
right.
Perry movies, Martin reruns. I'm sick and tired of
It
that.
was Skid Row something. I forgot the title of. That was years ago. I saw that and just she was talking about like sleeping with all these different rock group members in the groups and shit.
For real, man. Like
What
crazy
up
as fuck.
groupies? I'm like shit. Well, I mean, who hasn't done that? I mean, the Kardashians did that shit.
Man,
You know?
tired of fun. Yeah, she called that Method Man too.
Yeah, she called out Method Man. Oh
And
man, oh meth, yo. How you get caught up in? It's like some of our favorite MCs slept with this chick, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like meth, and he got a wife, and you got mad at Wendy Williams when she called out your wife on the air because she had cancer, and you sleeping around with Superman.
ooh, Loki, Sam, I want to say that Jadakiss out when I actually get the physical and shit.
Right.
Cause I actually thought about reviewing that album recently.
Yes, a lot better than Kiss of Death. I'll tell you
Oh my god, Kiss of Death, man, that was just a weird album.
that. That's an outdated album. Man. She called out Fred Durst. I didn't even know Fred Durst was with her. I'm not surprised. Man.
Shit, she called that Ja Rule, Lil Wayne. Oh,
Lil
yeah,
Wayne
I remember Lil Wayne saying some shit.
Lil Wayne did the song, the prostitution slam or whatever.
Yeah,
That's about her. DMX,
no, yeah, like I said, I mentioned DMX too.
crazy.
Yo,
I
Q,
just
I didn't even peep the hip. I saw a little bit of it. That shit look corny.
I didn't even know they're still doing it.
I was saying yesterday on Tri's channel how low key they only subjectify themselves to like fucking mainstream commercial hip hop. Like there's no love for underground hip hop
Right.
and shit. Like I said,
Right.
if I did a hip hop awards, I would include both underground, commercial, mainstream, all that bullshit.
Exactly. Why are they still having hip hop award shows and they don't show Rhapsody or nothing no more? So,
At least the BT Wars this year wasn't that bad.
did I watch that? I think I missed that. I didn't see it.
I didn't see all of it, but I saw what I wanted to see. I didn't care for them damn city girl, but okay, sure. Yeah, I'm about to make me some eggs and bacon later. Shit.
For real, I ain't even eat yet either, man. I'm eating late now, man.
So
Yeah, then be like,
I just had a banana to hold me over and shit, you know. Shit. All right, I'm gonna stay for 5 more minutes and shit. Slob on my knob.
yeah, that was dope. Definitely a dope song.
Yeah, I cussed out some Trump supporters today.
Oh boy.
No, because they were like, I was driving
Mhm.
and they were fucking screaming like having them signs from Trump. So I rolled down my window. I was like, "Get the fuck on your fucking!" And they did, and they were like, "Yeah, Trump."
Yo,
Oh man, these Trump supporters are crazy.
fettuccine Alfredo. That sounds good now too, man.
Ooh, Alfredo pizza is banging.
But I gotta try that.
Yo, Ronnie, I love that song "Let It Whip" by the Daz Band. Oh man, there's
Definitely.
no time to lose. Yeah, I love when they were harmonizing that part.
Eminem ain't got nothing else better to do. He beefing with Machine Gun Kelly again.
Man, I don't care about this fucking
Or
beat.
what? Crazy. I think Emmy's bored.
Shit. I mean, we still have an epidemic and shit. So
You know what I mean? Emma's bored because what? Why else is he doing that? I want him to put out a classic album again. That's so hard to do. You know, get Alchemist in the studio, get Derringer, get Griselda. Do that real album we've been expecting, not all of this other shit he's been doing.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Wayne pre the Carter one to keep it
Yeah,
above.
I wasn't listening to Wayne until the Carter. Treacherous 3, Whip It, featuring Felipe One.
Yeah, Treacherous 3 is that fucking group though. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah, another underrated 80s group.
And they were very lyrical. They were very ahead of their time with their lyricism.
Right,
Like they weren't doing that like party shit like Sugar Hill Gang was doing. Like they were like on some multi-syllable shit.
right. Wendy Williams. I don't like Wendy. Wendy just talked too much, man. But I will say this: a lot of the stuff she said over the years came out to be true. You know, especially when she was on the radio. A lot of stuff that she said, like she wasn't like lying about it, but she just talked too
One you just needs to sit her ass down sometimes.
much.
Keep it real.
For real, man. There's a reason why a lot of people don't want to go on her show.
Pulp Fiction.
Uh, Pulp Fiction. Those are not my favorite Tarantino films, but I like Pulp Fiction more than Reservoir Dogs.
Mm.
They use that Daz band that it whips him. Okay. That's what's up.
I can't wait for this collection, man. This collection. You got some CDs you're gonna show too, or what?
Um, I might have like two or three. I didn't really do a lot of digging recently. I wanted to get some stuff before the end of the year though. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for this dude to hit me up, but I don't know what the hell is going on with him. He hits me up and he's like, "Yo, I got some R&B stuff for you," but he doesn't show me what he got. So I'm like, "Well, I need to see what you got because I'm like, chances are I probably already got it."
Oh, I hate when niggas be on that
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? I'm like, okay, yeah, I like if you got stuff for me, hit me up and let me know what it is. I mean, don't just tell me you got shit and then it's like I don't want to get shit that I already got. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm just waiting for him to hit me up or whatever. But I haven't really done like a like major splurging on stuff since like before COVID. Well, actually, probably like February, March. But I got like some little things during the summertime.
Yeah. I'm trying to get like at least one or two more this week and shit like that. But if
Right,
I can't, I might just wait until December and shit. 'Cause I gotta save some money.
right, right.
But yeah, man, I really cannot wait because vinyl wise, I
Mhm.
don't have that much vinyl. I'm trying to wait for my other package for my vinyl club, but
Right.
the CDs, I got some shit, man. That's all I gotta say. I got some shit.
No doubt.
But
Jackie Brown. Yeah, Jackie Brown was a good movie. I like that
I
one.
love Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
But you know what? I actually gotta end it off for the night because I'm about to go eat.
All right. True, true.
Yeah. Definitely had a lot of fun doing this review and shit like that. And tomorrow night, that's
Yes.
the moment of truth.
I'm hoping it's good. I'm
This
praying.
review, yo, Loki, this review's been 3 years in the making. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, because he talked about this for a while. So, I mean, the fact that it's like 20 something tracks, that's a real full length album. And I hope it's good. I hope it's just not a couple songs is good and then the rest is trash.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I'm getting off work a little early because I want to make sure I eat. I want to
Right,
make sure I take my shower because by the time I finish this review, I'm gonna be tired as fuck.
right. No
Yeah,
doubt.
man. Other than that, man, I'm definitely gonna catch up with you later. I'll definitely let you know some good albums we can talk about next week too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Other than that, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope
Peace.
y'all have a very good night. Stay tuned for more. Peace.